What's up, YouTube? It's your boy Steve from Printer Gang Investments, back with another video. And the question of the day is the sell-off starting today, or is the sell-off cap, man? Because today at Printer Gang Investments, we lost $683, but we had some puts, and we did day trade some puts today. So we was actually expecting the sell-off to get worse, and the sell-off didn't get worse. So it's got me asking a lot of questions. Is they gonna follow through with this? Is this cap? Is this just a dip buying opportunity? We're gonna talk all about it in this here video. So first, with the Palantir position, as y'all can see, I'm paying the cost to be the boss on Palantir, man. For all my new investors, intermediate investors, this is the type of activity you got to go through to really hold a stock through multiple levels. Like, I've been through this with Palantir at, 10, 15, 20, 25, like, been doing this with Palantir. So, where we at with it? We tried to buy on a dip yesterday. Dip kept dipping on us, so we down 53%. We won't bounce tomorrow. We probably be rolling that one. This February call also down 44%. Might be rolling that one. I'm thinking about possibly getting another February call with whatever money's left from that and put some money with it, or I might go March. As far as my other calls, they good. That's why I said I wasn't really as worried about the sell-off. We down 15% on the Junes, only 2% on the January. So, sell-off had to really get real for me to really have to roll the Junes. We might be rolling the Junes. You don't know. If they do 2, 3, 4 more days of this, we might be rolling the Junes. But for now, we hanging in there. And Palantir 76, 72 after hours. So if this dip gets real, I probably will start adding to my Palantir position. I might even really start buying some calls if this dip, actually get real. So Patterson, not doing nothing as usual. I actually bought all 4 of the quantum stocks today because I said I'm going to not experiment, but I'm going to start doing more trading around certain stocks instead of just options, like stocks that's like very hot to the point where I don't want to like have a major position on a long-term basis. I'm going to do that. So I bought, all 4 of the quantum stocks, and as we make money, we might put $5 in, $10 in, see if they keep going to zero. Or see if they go to zero, you know what I'm saying? But we're going to play that. So the QQQ puts, as you can see, they're actually down. Now, why were they down when the market was down, Steve? Because I bought doomsday puts, people. I don't really care about a small pullback. You see what I'm saying? Like 1%, 2%, 2, 3%. That don't really faze me. I can handle that. What I'm concerned about is that serious pullback. And if that serious pullback happen, I would like to try and make some money. If we don't, we still buy the dip and get that money that way. But I prefer to make some money. So I bought the $500 puts just in case it got really real. It didn't get really real, so they actually expired today. I was looking at the closer to money puts. I actually could have made 150% or so probably if I bought the closer to the money puts, which I might do next time. But like I say, unless the sell-off really gets more serious than this, I'm not really sold on it yet, but I'm cool with that. Like I say, Qubit's here, Rigetti's here. We had an interesting day with Rigetti. So as y'all can see, there's a new Rigetti call here that's down 66%. Because I bought Rigetti on the dip earlier today when it was down 8%. And believe it or not, Rigetti decided to go up 4% from down 11% on the down day. So we actually made another random 100% on Rigetti. And we bought a new call for $45 and it's down 66%. These other calls, the ones we tried to roll from the last set 100%, they down 97%. So, we'll see what happened with that. But, normally, these calls should be done, but with Rigetti, anything's possible. So, we'll see what happens with that. SoFi, I did add the SoFi on the dip today. It got kind of cheap. I think the calls was only going for like $75, $77. So I bought one. It's up to 90. We'll see, does that continue? I didn't add to any of my stock positions because I'm deciding I might be making some bigger moves over the coming days with my buying power. So I didn't really buy a lot of stocks today. But let's go on. What do you say? Pfizer, Oklo still there, Nvidia. Nike's holding on pretty decent for this crash. I'm impressed by that. MicroStrategy, that's what we might be needing to double down on now. Their dip's getting real. Anybody who overweight MicroStrategy and Mar, I feel for y'all. We just put, some little running games from Palantir in there, so it's not hurting us too much. But MicroStrategy's down 37% from the top. That is kind of a dip, people. So I ain't gonna lie, next set of gains I make, I might have to buy some MicroStrategy and some more, because that is kind of sweet, actually. That's actually kind of sweet. You know what I'm saying? Microsoft's still the same. Like I said, I bought IonQ today as well. IBIT, I'm gonna start adding the IBIT, but like I say, this MicroStrategy Mar dip, I'm gonna have to get involved. Robinhood call look like they might have finally got that little $59. We might be rolling that tomorrow. I might be getting out that tomorrow. You know what I'm saying? And GEO is still green. Of all the calls that would still be green during the sell-off, GEO would be the one that's still green. Got our Google here. Got our Broadcom. Advanced Auto Parts is actually doing pretty decent. I'm up 55% on that. Still got almost 4,100 in buying power. So what do I think about what's going on in the market? We did feel like, you know, sentiment was there for a sell-off because, you know, we had the situation with Jerome Powell. But what I'm not really feeling about the sell-off, why y'all don't see a big $500 put position, $1,000 put position, $300-$400 put position in my account just yet, is because they're not following through. Like, I need that 2.5% down there. I need that 3% down there. If we really gonna have a crash like today, we sold off, we got down 2%, but next thing you know, they recovered to, I think, only down like 0.8, 0.7. And towards the end of the day, we actually sold back off. I ain't gonna lie, I actually was buying equipment for y'all boys today. See, look, I got this. You know what I'm saying? We're gonna be doing better content. I got a different camera lens for the $700 courtesy of this options train, you feel me? So I actually played myself, man. I was at Best Buy buying equipment during the second half of the market day. And if I was there, I probably could have, I ain't saying I would have shorted the top, but I would have seen that down move start, and I probably could have made me a little 50%, 100% on a $50, $100, $200, something, you know what I'm saying? But tomorrow's going to be very interesting because, like I told y'all people, this is supposed to be the Santa Claus rally, but obviously it's not happening. I actually heard someone use the term Grinch rally today. So, you know, it's very interesting. The reason I'm excited about situations like this, most investors get scared with situations like this, but what y'all got to do is, you know, I don't mean you just what my boy Jim Cramer say, you got to hold your nose, deal with it, and look at the opportunity. There are two sets of opportunities out here, people. If the sell-off gets real, that's an opportunity on the puts. If you don't got the money for the puts, or you don't want to buy the puts, or you miss the puts, there's an opportunity on the upside buying the dip, because half of these companies, the valuations was crazy egregious. They still egregious, but at least they're coming down. You feel me? So it's like, I like to get some Palantir 70 with all these $80 price targets, $100 price targets out here. That'd be kind of nice. You know what I'm saying? Now, will my account look good that day when I do my YOLO update? Now, we might be down another $700, $800, $1,500. But the key in the stock market is you got to think months down the road. If these companies execute the way they're supposed to be executing next year, and we're selling off behind fears, and we're selling off behind profit taking and taxes, this might be a sweet opportunity, people. But let's look at some stocks, you feel me? So first, we got Nvidia, which was actually up 0.35% today. That's why I say this sell-off is selling off, but it's not really drastic like I would expect if it was serious. So like I say, the QQQ was down 1.3, SPY was down 1.14. They were both down a lot more, but they recovered in the middle of the day and then actually sold back off a little, but they still were down a lot more earlier today. So Tesla was down 3.3%. Let me see, Apple was down 1.3, Palantir was down 2.4. SoFi was down, it was probably down more. I'm not sure, I didn't get a chance to check it, but I'm pretty sure it was down more. End of the day, down 2%. The quantum stocks actually held up impressively well, I would say, for a sell-off like this, considering how much percent they do on the green days and on their up days. For them to only be down like 6%, 2.6%, actually kind of impressive. Oklo was actually up today. So, you know, I told you, that might be one of them plays. That might be one of them big plays next year. I told you we in that energy field, that nuclear field, you know, because they got to power this AI. So Robinhood down 1.9. That's probably got a lot to do with Bitcoin getting hit. So that's probably why Robinhood's experiencing it a lot, because it's not as volatile as a Mara or a MicroStrategy, but it can also be used as a proxy for Bitcoin. So anytime you see Bitcoin get hit up like that, you likely see Robinhood them get hit up. And I need to bring some more stuff up my watch list so I ain't got to keep scrolling down. Archer was down 10% today. You know, we still in that. I think we green or flat on that. Soundhound was down 5%. So, you know, the market got hit up again today. A lot of small caps got hit up today. But it wasn't as drastic as I was expecting. So, what am I going to be doing from here on out? Tomorrow, I'm going to be looking to see if we follow through. If we could follow through, I might do my put position. I might do a bigger put position if we follow through. But I didn't like that recovery today. Let's look at some charts. Let's look at some charts and see what happened. Let's see. That is indecisiveness. See what I mean, people? The chart's telling the same story. It's like, okay, we fell out of the fair value gap. We came into that fair value gap to the top. In hindsight, perfect place to short it was that top. You know what I'm saying? But we did know it could fall in that fair value gap. We was warning, you know, we was warning about that for the past few days. So it fell out of the fair value gap and it came down almost to this very small fair value gap at 510. Did not get near there, but they rebounded and they closed in the middle. We got a real doji bar right here, people. Post market is a little lower. We're going to see what happens. If we keep selling off, I see they could hit 510, then 508, then it's 503, 500 area, the one I had my puts on, this 495 area. You see, I be really hedging myself if things go all the way left. Like, things going a little left, that don't really bother me. Like, I needed to go all the way left, but, you know, I might, you know, spend a little more money on some puts, start being cheap. You know what I'm saying? Let's look at the next chart. Let's look at old Palantir. How Palantir hanging in there? All right. So Palantir is actually doing pretty decent during a sell-off. We actually have fallen into a fair value gap, and we are going to try and bounce off of it. You know, as of right now in the post market, we back at the bottom of it, so we'll see what happens in the morning. Do we have another down day or not? But if we were to break this fair value gap, I'm looking at, let's see. What are we looking at? I'm looking at the 75 area. Then I'd be looking at this EMA at 74.47. I wouldn't necessarily take that. And the real levels are like 68, 65, 64, 66, anything in there. If it sells off like that, that's when those far out the money puts will print. Not those, because they might expire, but that's when far out the money puts start printing if we get all the way down there. So, you know what I'm saying? Do I think it's a market crash just yet? Not necessarily. Am I watching for it still? Yeah, that's why we've been on put watch out here. Because we're going to have a lot of headwinds coming up. Companies are probably going to perform on earnings. So if you're looking for you a long-term position, you know what I'm saying? If you're in the leaps, this sell-off could be a golden opportunity for you, because the stocks that I was thinking I wouldn't even be able to add to, but I was able to add to, like SoFi today on this dip. I wasn't even planning on buying another SoFi call, but if y'all going to give it to me at a decent price, why not? So, you know, look around, look at the stocks you like. I'm thinking about joining the bandwagon with AMD. I traded AMD last year. I made some money. I lost a little bit of money, but I made decent money with AMD. People think this year might finally be the year for them to catch up. Not catch up to NVIDIA, but at least get some market share. So, you know, I might play that. Kava. It's a few stocks. I still like Broadcom. I still like, Robinhood. Y'all know a lot of stocks. So, like, it's a lot of stocks I'm looking at. If this dip gets more serious, that's why I'm kind of calm with my buying power, because I'm trying to decide how I want to attack this thing. Do I want to get my money fast on the put side, or do I want to get the bigger money on the call side? But, you know, I'm going to let y'all know everything I'm thinking. I'm going to show y'all every day of it. I'm going to show y'all every step in the life of just being a real trader out here. And it's your boy Steve from Printing Gang Investments. I'm going to see y'all in the next video.